We're back. It is the 7th of Feb today. It's been a better day than it was last time I spoke to you. I was kind of feeling a bit stressed last time, but everything is sorted. I have a new phone. I didn't die. And everything's good. Not a whole lot of progress. I don't even know where my gingerbread is. Anyway, not a whole lot of progress on that. Still like doing the sleeve and tried it on, looks great, happy with it. And now I'm going through the process of just doing the sleeve, doing like a chunk of it, trying it on again, and then just continuing like that, because I still haven't really decided what length I want it to be. So there's been a lot of that. But I wanted to jump on today because I decided last night that I was getting the itch to start another whip. So I did, but this is okay. This is okay. I am okay with this. This is not much yet. I will say that. But this will be a sleeve eventually. I talked about during Vlogmas that I was going to do like a striped sleeve from my advent, and I started it a few times and I've just pulled it out because I haven't been happy with it, and I finally think this is the right gauge and the right plan in terms of colors and etc. So I just casted this on this morning. So I've done a little bit, really not much there to show you. I got up at 6:30 this morning so that I could work out my color pattern, I guess, alongside one of my friends. So I lay out all of the yarn on the floor and then just kind of played around with it, and I finally came up with something that I'm happy with. So I am starting with number 1 just because honestly the first 4 days are like pretty much just this exact cream color. So figured I might as well do it at the start, and then we'll get into some more exciting things. Right now I am keeping my things in one of these, it's one of the like plastic bags from Shein. And yes, I've just been using it to hold different knitting projects because I like that it has like the zip across, and I just continuously run out of project bags. So yeah, I have some pretty cool colors. This is the first 5 colors that I have chosen. I think this is the next one, which is a really nice blue. This was day 13. So that one I think is next. But I created a very high-tech system on how to remember what order I'm doing these in, which I'm going to have put on the screen. As you can tell, very high-tech, very like professional looking and all of that. So I think probably as I go along, I will actually come up with a system that's going to make more sense. But for right now, I just wanted to start, really. I just wanted to have enough of a plan to start and just slowly start to work on things. So I'm going to be doing this one. So right now my alternates are this and the gingerbread. But overnight, a lovely new viewer named Jen left me a comment on my Stashbusting, like the original video. And they mentioned that they were doing 30 minutes of knitting on their like least favorite whip a day. And I was like, that sounds amazing. I need to steal that. So I probably get about 30 minutes of knitting per day. So I'm actually going to do 30 minutes of knitting per week on the project that I am least excited for, not really enjoying, or I don't know, feel like I'm avoiding. Right now, for this week, I already know what that one is. Let me go grab it. Right now, this project is this one here, which is my Fleur shawl. I really like this. I think it's gorgeous. As I was saying before my camera so rudely cut out on me, I think it's gorgeous. I love it, but I've been avoiding it since the middle of December because I hate doing the bubbles. There aren't that many rows of bubbles. I think there's like 6 more rows of bubbles for the whole thing, maybe even less than that. And I'm like 55 or something % of the way through. I've been avoiding it so that I don't have to do them. And this was meant to be a Christmas gift. That ship has sailed. So it's going to be a Christmas gift for this year instead. But I still need to actually finish it. So I think this is going to be the one that I try and dedicate half an hour to this week. Honestly, any kind of progress I make with any whip is a win in my books. But for this week, that's going to be the one. And then next week, I will pick something different, I think. Just so that I am rotating through some whips and all of that good stuff. But I think I'm actually going to save that for either tomorrow, which is Saturday, or Sunday afternoon. I think it will just be nice to do that, then maybe pop on a movie. The good thing about that one is that it is like a good mindless knitting project. So I'll do that over the weekend, but I am going to spend some time now just continuing on with this one. And hopefully, honestly, I just really want to get to the second color so that I will kind of know how many stripes or how many rows I'm doing for each color stripe. And then I think it just will make the whole project so much easier once I know, yeah, what I'm doing there. Good morning. Here bright and early this morning to share with you my knitting over the last couple of days. It is Monday the 10th of Feb and I had a good weekend. I'm happy with the amount of knitting that I did and also what I was knitting on, which is like that's a good weekend. This is my updated sleeve from my Advent project. It's kind of difficult to show you because of the magic loop and kind of where I've left it, but this is 3 colors and then I'm working on the 4th. Yes, I worked on this over the weekend. Happy with it so far and just gonna keep going. That's just, I don't know. I feel like I'll have more to talk about and it'll be a little bit more exciting once I'm actually like have a good amount of the colors in there. So that was a major focus over the weekend. And part of the reason I started it is because I realized that I haven't actually counted any of my Advents into my stash. So, okay, that's a lie. I got the daily Advent and the weekly Advent, and I counted the weekly ones in, but I hadn't done any of the daily ones. So that added 24 skeins that I needed to count up, and that ended up totaling to 480 grams, which is 9.6 50-gram balls. I'm going to be completely honest, this is just kind of a ballpark amount because I didn't want to go through and individually weigh 24 mini skeins, so I just weighed one and then just times it by 24. So I guess I'll find out when I come to actually having used these on the 2 sleeves. I'll see how much I have left. Why do cats always have to sit on your knitting? What's that about? Anyway, so that has brought up my total. So I'm now on 357 balls, which is not ideal because now I still have to get under 298. Hello, it is Feb 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. I spent the morning going through my yarn. It was not what I was planning to do when I woke up, but I don't know. I decided to get rid of some yarn yesterday, and then I thought to myself, well, if I'm getting rid of that, I have that really similar yarn in the like drawer that I have of things, and like I should probably get rid of both. And then I found a bunch of other things that I also decided I would get rid of, and here we are. So let's talk about where my stash is sitting, and then I will talk about what I've actually worked on. So last time, literally 7 days ago on Feb 7th, I added in all of my Advent yarn, which bumped me up by 480 grams and 9.6 balls. So that brought my total to 17,853 grams and 357.06 balls. So yesterday I got rid of 400 grams worth of stuff, which is 8 balls, 8 50-gram balls. So that is, of course, 8 balls. That brought me down to 17,453. And then this morning I got rid of another 603 grams of stuff. So that's 12.06 balls. I'm feeling amazing about that. So that brings my total down now to 16,850 grams, which is 337 on the dot balls. So not even gonna lie, I was super excited about getting rid of that 0.06. That was just annoying me. I don't know why, but I was like, I just wanted it to look nicer, I guess, the number. So let's talk about what I've actually been working on. All right, first things first, we went back to the gingerbread. I kind of lost this for a few days. I don't know, I couldn't find it, and it was just under literally one of the other whips that I'd been working on, so it wasn't even missing, but I don't know. I had my blinders on, I guess. Anyway, super exciting, but look how much of the sleeve I've gotten done. So happy with it. So happy with it. I have about 5 inches to go, including the cuff. I'm gonna move this way slightly. It's sitting about here-ish, I think. I tried it on last night. So honestly, the best part about having a tattoo here is that it's great for measuring, because I'm like, okay, well, it's only just sort of reaching her face, so I know how much I have left to do, rather than just, you know, my blank arm where I'm like, cool, this really means nothing. So get tattoos, use them for knitting measurements. So I'm thinking, depending on how the next couple of days go, that I should be able to finish it by next week, or during next week. And yeah, I can't wait to be done with that one and to move on to the other sleeve. It is starting to cool down a tiny bit here, rather than having like days above 30 like every day. We're now dropping to like 27. So how exciting. I cannot wait for it to be cool enough to actually be wearing jumpers like during the day again. And hopefully this will be one of them. So let's put you back into your bag. And I weighed this yesterday and I think I had 30 grams left. I've probably done a good 10, 15, maybe even 20 rows since then. So I think that should probably honestly get me to the end of the cuff. But we'll come to that when I actually am finished and I can take that off my numbers. All right, gonna move you slightly this way because I don't want to fully take this one out of the basket that it's currently in because it's just a whole disaster. But I did a little bit of work on my Copenhagen houses. So this is the first one. These will eventually be a blanket, but yeah. So I worked, this is the first quarter of the house done. And then I am working on 3 at the same time. So it's upside down, but this is the second house. Maybe I can kind of, nope. It's gonna have to stay upside down because if I pull any more, I just have so many balls attached to this right now, it's a disaster. So that's the second one, working on that one. Working on getting that one to the same point, and then the third one I've only done like a tiny bit of. So I'm just trying to like get them all to kind of the same point, and then I go back and I move on to the first one again, just kind of cycle through them. Because especially like with these ones, once I'm doing like the windows and the doors, I have like 4 balls of yarn on the go. So I just don't want to have like literally 12 balls of yarn attached. So I worked a bit on that because I felt like that was gonna probably be my next like project that I've been avoiding and I would work on. And now I've worked on it a bit, and yeah, I will continue to do that. And then we have the Fleur shawl, of course. I've done a tiny bit of work on this one. I think I've done a couple of rows since I spoke to you last. Not a whole lot, but I am now, I think, like 72% of the way through, so that's pretty exciting, and I'm almost there. I am trying to focus more on the gingerbread right now, but then, yeah, come this weekend, I might do a few rows of this just to sort of, I don't want to put it down again for too long, especially when it's so close to being done, because it would be so nice to sort of have these 2 projects done early March, and then I'd have 2 marked off. As for other things I've been doing with the reorganization and destashing of some yarn, I have also brought this project back out. This is the Dudester scarf. This one is going to be my main focus for March because this is using Malabrigo, and for Malabrigo March I thought this is the only Malabrigo that I have, and I thought that using that, I guess, kind of like event knit along as a way to work on a whip that I've had going for a while now. I thought that would be a good idea to sort of make this my major focus. And hopefully I will have finished either the gingerbread or the Fleur. We're gonna see. But with that, today my main focus has been winding up the second ball. This is Malabrigo Rios in the color Nimbusgrey, and I'll talk about it more next month when I'm actually knitting it. I just wanted to have this ball ready to go so that when it comes to March and I have time to work on this, I don't have any reason not to, because I have, you know, the rest of this ball, and then I have the next one ready to go, and I have nothing to procrastinate doing it other than, you know, other projects. I've got a tiny bit left to do after I have my lunch, and then this one is just going to go into my baskets so that, again, it is ready for next month. But I don't want to start on it early because I do still want to try and get these two finished. So anything that I could do on those before, you know, I've still got literally 14 days of this month, so I can still work on those ones before I even really need to think about this one, and we'll just go from there. But that is the update for today. I have kind of a busy week next week, just, yeah, lots of work and other stuff like that. So I'm probably not really gonna have time to talk to you for, yeah, another week maybe. But hopefully in that time I will have finished my first sleeve. So hopefully when you're about to see me now, I've done that. But we'll pass that on to future me. Hello, as per usual, it's nice and early in the morning, so I thought I would jump in and do my little update for today. And then I have like a morning of studying before heading off to work later. So my cords are all tangled and it's just a bit of a mess here. But I don't even know when I updated you last. Was it Friday? I think it was Valentine's Day. Anyway, since then, I've done a good amount of knitting. Not gonna lie. I have been making some progress that I am happy with, and I will take that. First thing, I finished sleeve number 1. I'm very excited about it. It's a little bit shorter than I was planning on doing it, but honestly, I got to a point where I was just like, I am so sick of this sleeve and I just want it to be done. And so I finished it, and honestly, I'm not mad at where it sits on my arm. It's about to the foot of my tattoo. So it's about here, which I was thinking more like here that I would do it, like right kind of at the wrist. But I think when I block it that it's gonna end up kind of sitting there. And honestly, I hate having like long sleeves because I feel like I am one of those people who just gets like my sleeves and my cuffs in like everything. So I'm kind of happy with it sitting a little bit higher. And I think it'll be nice as well when I want to wear bracelets. I think it'll be the perfect length for that. And also, I think it'll look nice over dresses to have that like be a little bit shorter. I don't know. I feel like it'll be a look. Anyway, have not done a whole lot on, I wanted to call it shelf 2, sleeve 2 yet. I think I've done literally 2 rows, so I picked up and done 2 rows. But after this, I was really not in the mood. Like nothing went wrong and I was enjoying it. I just got to a point where I was like, I just need something else, because I feel like I'm losing my mind just doing the same thing again and again. So put that down for a little bit. And honestly, probably not really going to pick this up for another few days, because the other thing I ended up picking up was the second of these DK socks for my partner. So I literally knit this one and finished it. This was a Christmas gift. I finished it a few days. No, I think I finished it on the 1st of Jan actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And I just hadn't picked up this second one. But I did the other day, and I am, I think, 3 rows off finishing the leg. And I'm just going to focus on this because I feel like this will probably take me until the weekend. Like, if I do this for the next few days and then over the weekend, I think I can easily finish this. And that will be my first finished project for 2025. So it'll take a little bit of yarn out of my stash, but it'll just be nice to have something finished. And then I feel like once I'm done with this, then I will go back and just power through the sleeve of this one. Honestly, we had kind of a nice few like cool days and I was getting really excited about this, and now it's kind of like, it's not super hot, but it's gotten warmer again for this week. And so I don't know, I feel like with February almost being over, by the time I get this done and get back to the sleeve, it'll probably work out like perfect timing to be able to actually wear it. And that's everything for today. I have decided that I'm going to Arthie is going crazy on the floor. Don't know what's happening, but we're just in a zoomy mood. But he's also just like staring at the floor. Ghosts. Yes, I've decided I'm gonna end this vlog with the next clip, just because I'm hoping to give myself time to finish these so that I can count this to Feb. But mostly because I kind of realized that I plan to have this up before the end of Feb, and that doesn't really work. And I have rescheduled in my brain and in my spreadsheet, all the next updates will be like after the month is over, but for this one, it just like has to work out this way for the other videos I have planned. So yeah, next Monday I think we will bring this one to an end, hopefully with this done, and we'll go from there. I think that is everything. Arthie has a lot of energy, so I am gonna go play with him and his little fish before he ends up destroying half my house. So I'll see you all on Monday. everyone cross fingers that I can have that sock done. Welcome back. Today is the last clip for this video, and I am very proud to announce that I finished the socks. So I officially have one finished project for 2025, and I'm extremely happy about that. I'm honestly not even disappointed in the slightest that it's taken me almost 2 months. I'm just happy to have something done. These have already got cat fur on because I finished them and immediately gave them to my partner, so now they have cat fur all over them from... That's just life. That's life with cats, and that's especially life with 3 cats. So there we are. As per usual, they don't match. Honestly, if I ever make a pair of socks that match, I don't know if I can really see, but they're just like, they're pretty close, but they're just like a tiny bit off. If I ever make a pair of socks that match, I'll just stop knitting. Like, I don't think it's gonna get any better than that, because no matter how many notes I take, I use row counters, I do everything like that, I still manage to make them slightly different. I don't know if it's in my blocking, if I am just miscounting every single time. I don't know. These are pretty good. I've got like not even a millimeter maybe short on the tops and at the toes. So honestly, you can't really tell, but I thought I'd gotten it this time, and as soon as I like put them up and held them together and like gave them to my partner, he was like, they're different sizes. They don't match. And I was like, I know, but it's fine. And I don't know, it gives them character, I think, and honestly he doesn't care really. It is another super warm week here. It was kind of colder last week, and now it's like above 30 every day again. Love that. So he's not going to be able to wear these for still a bit, but they're done, and that's exciting. So I am going to very quickly just show you where I'm at with the gingerbread and the Fleur, just as a sort of, this is where I'm sitting at the end of Feb, and then when I start my video for March in a couple of days time, because it is the 24th of Feb today, then I'll be able to show you any progress I made at the end of the month and anything going from there. So here's how we're looking. I have not done a whole lot on this second sleeve. Obviously I was focused on those. I finished them Saturday morning. I did a bit of work on the Fleur, and I did a tiny bit of work on this, but honestly I was not having a great mental health weekend, and so I read a bit and I watched some movies, and that was pretty much it. And yes, so that's where we're sitting with that one. And then the Fleur. And then with the Fleur, I am on to the next section of mohair currently. Not that you can really see it, but there are 2 rows of mohair, and I'm on the first one. I am now about, I think it's like 76 point something % of the way through this, and so hoping that maybe I can finish it in March, but it's not going to be my major focus. Let's bring out the stash book. Alright, so when I started in Jan, I was sitting at 17,373 grams and 347.46 balls. I added some, I destashed some, and now, as of yesterday, when I counted what I had used up, I used 59 grams of the Empire 8-ply from Morris & Sons for the socks. I had 2 balls, so 2 50-gram balls, so that was 1.18, and that brings my total down to 16,791, which is 3 point, that would be nice, 335.82 50-gram balls. I am not mad at that. That is the lowest I've been since November. So I'm making good progress. We'll talk about March in March. I'm hoping that I can still get through a couple of things then and hopefully keep feeling good about where my stash is sitting. But otherwise, that's it for Jan and Feb, and I will see you all hopefully in a couple of days' time with a video, but honestly, not really sure at this point. I'm just kind of playing it by ear when I have time to film and things to film. But otherwise, I'll see you all soon.